The infamous TV special in 2010, it wasn't a decision. It was the final move in a 4-year covert operation. And the NBA, they knew the entire time. And I know you believe that super teams are built in the front office, but what the media refuses to tell you is that the players have been secretly colluding to hijack the league for decades. The Miami Heat dynasty, it wasn't some stroke of genius by Pat Riley. It was a calculated 4-year plan executed by 3 players who manipulated the rulebook. They broke tampering laws and held the entire NBA hostage. And today, we're exposing the 5-step blueprint they used to pull off the biggest heist in basketball history. Number 1 proves the league literally gave them permission to cheat. Let's go. We start 4 years before the decision. In the summer of '06, LeBron James, Dwyane Wade, and Chris Bosh had just finished their 3rd season. They were the future of the league, and they were all eligible for massive 5-year contract extensions worth over $100 million each. Every superstar in history has locked in that long-term security. Deron Williams did it, Dwight Howard did it, Carmelo Anthony did it. But LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, they did something unprecedented. They secretly consulted each other. 3 players on 3 different teams in 3 different cities all agreed to sign shorter, matching 3-year extensions. Not a 4-year, not a 5, a 3-year. Why would they leave tens of millions guaranteed dollars on the table? Because it guaranteed that all 3 of them would become unrestricted free agents at the exact same time in the summer of 2010. Think about what that really means. 3 franchise players coordinated their contracts across team lines to align their free agency window. In any other industry, that's called price fixing. And in the NBA, no one said a word. The league did not investigate, the teams didn't object, and the media, they didn't connect the dots until 4 years later when it was already too late. The collusion started here, and the NBA, they didn't even blink. Now fast forward to 2006, the World Championships in Japan. LeBron, Wade, and Bosh are sequestered together for Team USA in Sapporo. No family, no friends, no media, just players bonding for an entire week. And USA Basketball, they designed it that way on purpose to build chemistry after embarrassing 2004 bronze medal. But they weren't alone. Working as an intern for Team USA, embedded with the players every single day. Eating breakfast with them, traveling with them, was a 20-something kid named Nick Arison. Does that name sound familiar or ring a bell? It should. He's the son of Mickey Arison, the billionaire owner of the Miami Heat, worth over $8 billion. The Heat literally had the owner's son operating as the inside man, building personal relationships with 3 of the biggest free agents in the world 4 years before they hit the market. He wasn't there to fetch coffee. He was there to build and earn their trust, and it worked. Nick Arison is now a top executive for the Heat, and he was in the room when Pat Riley pitched LeBron in 2010, and the fix, it was in from day 1. And nobody in the media asked a single question about it. But to pull off a heist this big, you need corporate backing. Enter CA, the Creative Artist Agency in Los Angeles, the most powerful talent agency in Hollywood. They represent movie stars, directors, and athletes. And in the mid-2000s, they saw the 2010 free agency bubble coming from a mile away. So CAA, they did something ruthless. They systematically bought up the agency that was representing LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. One by one, bringing all 3 superstars under one roof. Suddenly, the 3 biggest names in sports share the exact same representation. The same negotiator, the same strategy team, the same conference rooms. There was no barriers, no competing agent fighting for commission, no one trying to steer their clients in a different city for a bigger payday. CAA had complete control of the market. They turned the NBA free agency period into a Hollywood casting call. And the league response? Nothing. Because players are allowed to share an agency. But when the agency is actively coordinating the movement of 3 franchise players to the same team, that's not representation, that's a cartel. Stay with me, because matching contracts and shared agents were just the setup. The last 2 steps on this list are straight up illegal under NBA rules. And you know your boy got the receipts to prove it. You're 90 seconds from the smoking gun. By November of 2009, the plan was in motion, but Pat Riley needed to close the deal. He needed LeBron to feel emotionally connected to Miami before free agency even started. So Riley did what Riley does. He played chess while everyone else played checkers. He needed LeBron to feel emotionally connected to Miami before free agency even started. So Riley did what Riley does. He played chess while everyone else played checkers. When LeBron and the Cavs visited Miami for a regular season game, Riley orchestrated a highly suspicious courtside meeting with LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Jordan was in town doing Nike work with Dwyane Wade. Riley, he arranged for all 3 of them to sit together. And during that meeting, Riley spent the entire time talking to LeBron about modern players should pay homage to Jordan's legacy. Riley had already retired Jordan's number 23 in the Raptors at the Heat Stadium, even though Jordan never played a single game in Miami. It was psychological manipulation at its finest. Plant the seed, make LeBron feel like Miami respects greatness, and it worked. That very night, after seeing Jordan and Riley sit together courtside, LeBron made an emotional public statement that he was ditching number 23 out of respect for Michael Jordan. He even went as far as to say all players should stop wearing number 23. The Cavs, their front office, they knew exactly what Riley was doing. They knew it was borderline blatant tampering, but they were too terrified of upsetting LeBron to file a formal complaint. They let it slide. Riley, he didn't just recruit LeBron, he hacked that man's brain. And he did it 8 months before free agency even opened. But the ultimate betrayal happened in the last 2 weeks of June 2010, days before free agency officially opened on July 1st. Dwyane Wade was still legally under contract with the Miami Heat. And under NBA rules, and I'm reading this directly from the league's anti-tampering policy, players that are under contract cannot recruit players from other teams. Period. It's tampering. It's punishable. Fines, loss of draft pick, and suspension. But Wade didn't care. He and Chris Bosh boarded a private jet, the exact same jet that flashed in the hook of this video, and flew directly from Miami to Akron, Ohio. They showed up at LeBron James' house while still drawing a paycheck from Pat Riley, while still legally bound to the Heat's roster. Wade sat in LeBron's living room and looked him directly in the eye and finalized the Superteam pact. Bosh confirmed it himself at the Miami rally days later. He slipped up and said they have been talking about this for months before catching himself and changing it to days. The receipts, they on camera. It was the most blatant violation of tampering rules in the modern NBA history. And what happens next is the part that should make any NBA fan's blood boil. So here's the receipt that the league cannot explain away. The media found out about these secret meetings. ESPN reported it on Miami Summit, and Chris Bosh slip up went viral. Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, publicly demanded that the NBA investigate the tampering. He went on the record and he said there has to be more definitive rules. And how did Commissioner David Stern respond? He went on camera during the NBA Finals and said, and I'm quoting him directly, they can have it. The NBA officially announced that player-to-player tampering would only be punished in what it regards as the most egregious cases. And Wade flying on a private jet to LeBron's house while under contract? Apparently, that doesn't meet the standard. The league literally gave these boys a pass. And the reason? It's simple. Math. The NBA's new television deal was nearly worth $1 billion that year. A villainous super team in Miami? with the most hated team in sports, guaranteed record-breaking finals for the year. And it did. The 2011 finals between Miami and the Dallas Mavericks drew the highest rating in decades. The NBA, they didn't punish the collusion because they were profiting from it. Every owner who complained got richer because of LeBron's move. And David Stern, he knew it. Every super team that you've ever hated since 2010 used the same exact blueprint. Kevin Durant to the Warriors, recruited by Draymond in the parking lot after blowing a 3-1 lead. Players recruiting players. Same playbook. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to the Clippers. PG demanded a trade so he could team up with Kawhi, while still under contract with same playbook. James Harden forcing his way to the Brooklyn Nets to join KD and Kyrie. Same playbook. They all realized the same thing LeBron, Wade, and Bosh proved in 2010. If you coordinate your contracts, recruit each other behind closed doors, and force the league's hand, the NBA will look the other way every time, because super teams, they sell tickets. Super teams sell jerseys, as well as super teams guarantee billion-dollar TV deals. The decision, it wasn't a free agency special. It was the day that the players realized that they were bigger than the league, and the league let them win. So here's what's gonna happen. If you think LeBron and Wade are geniuses who outsmarted $30 billion franchises, smash that like button so hard that your phone cracked. But if you think they were cheaters who destroyed competitive basketball, drop a comment right now and tell me why. Listen, I want the smoke and I want the debate, because here's the thing. If you've watched this far and you have not subscribed, you're telling me you don't want to know what I'm dropping next week. And trust me, the secret that I'm going to be exposing is way worse than this one. Now hit that subscribe button before you forget. I'll see you on the next one. Holla at your boy. Peace. I'm out.